Okay, let's jump in and let's play some more Arcadian. I think we familiarized ourselves enough with the clan that we can now start looking at some real Covenant 25 gameplay and see how the clan performs under more pressure. Let's jump in. So, the Arcadian Clan. Our champion is the Disciple. Our starter cards are Pattern Shift, teleport a unit to a random floor. That means pretty much what it says. The unit will skip all the floors in between and will just arrive at a random floor. For our units, that means on one of the 3 floors we can use. For enemy units, that means one of the 3 floors or the pyre room. They can end up in the pyre room as well. Something's not right here. Anyways. Hi Chronometrics! Happy to see you here. You left testing cards in again? Uh-oh. Will things break? Awesome mod, by the way. Really like it. Feels very nice. So. Talos. Knockback fell with armor and Seraph with cleanse. We have, as our starting cards... Oh, I have 3 free rare cards. Oh, so for testing purposes. Okay. Whoops. Well, we'll be playing a spiced up version then. Power Ward. Consume. Apply +5 attack to friendly units relocated to this floor. So whenever so this is a new mechanic from the Arcadian. Wards. Wards are permanent modifiers to floors. This one makes it so that the floor will gain an effect. Whenever a friendly unit moves to this floor, it will gain +5 attack. That's pretty interesting with our base card already, which teleports units to floors. Okay, you uploaded a fix to the Steam Workshop. Yeah, you know what, it's probably best to get a good feeling of how things are when we start with a normal run without additional rare cards in there. So I'll be back in just a second while I update the mod. I don't think I've seen any defensive wards. Yeah, there are direct damage wards via the champion. There are wards that increase the pyre damage. There are wards that descend units. That clan definitely has a pyre build theme. There's definitely very interesting interactions with the pyre. Okay, so let's hope this works. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, sorry for the inconvenience. I did update the mod, so let's hope it works correctly this time without the testing cards. And let's jump in with the Arcadian. And a random secondary clan on Covenant 25 this time around. Okay, let's see, are there any unexpected... Yeah, this time it seems correct. So we have our champion, the Disciple. We'll see what they can do in just a moment. We have our base card, Pattern Shift, teleport the unit to a random floor. And that means the unit will just jump to one of the viable floors for them immediately without like just skipping to that floor. For us that means one of the 3 floors we have access to play units on. For the enemy that means any of the 4 floors including the pyre room. Our starting cards are Apple Elixir. 1 cost consume, apply 3 gravity. Gravity is at the end of combat, descend a floor. Descending units will participate in the next floor's combat. Decreases every floor descended. Enemies affected by gravity cannot ascend. So this is pretty cool because having 2 or more gravity on a unit means if you put that unit on the top floor, at the end of combat it will move down a floor, will participate in the next combat. At the end of that combat it will move down again and finally participate in the bottom floor combat as well. That can be pretty nice. It's also a nice way to overstack your floors or trigger a variety of effects that depend on units being moved around. We have Ice Tornado and we have Time Freeze. That's an interesting one. 2 cost consume spell, your entire deck becomes frozen. That's a very interesting effect and I'm looking forward to using this. We also face Talos with Daze and Zap, we have Fel with Rage and we have Seraph with Purify. So let's jump in. Let's look at the champion first. So, we have Ward Master. Relocate, add a ward that deals 5 damage to a random enemy unit before combat. So, whenever we relocate this champion, move them to any other floor. Then, on that floor, they will create a permanent ward, which is like an enchantment on that floor that stays there the entire time, doesn't take up capacity, and that ward will just attack for 5 before combat, like hit any enemy for 5 before combat. I think combat preview shows which enemy this will hit. At least that's what I've seen in the test version. This seems like it will go great with Apple Elixir. Just play them on the top floor and drop them down, leaving wards everywhere. Maybe. The problem with Wardmaster is that we don't really have a lot of boss damage from it. The other option is Shifter. Relocate, all units on this floor gain +3 attack and +3 health. Also pretty nice. Gives our entire floor a significant buff every time that champion moves to that floor. Could also work pretty well with Apple Elixir and our starter card. I haven't played around with Shifter in the beta, so let's do some shifting here. Not sure how well this is gonna work with Stygian as our secondary clan, but we'll see. Ooh, haven't seen this relic before. Night Watch. X-cost cards refund 2 Ember after use. We currently don't have any X-cost cards. And there are not that many in Stygian. But Arcadian does have at least 2 that come to mind. Forever Flame units cost -2 Ember, that's also nice. Yeah, let's take a look. There's rewind, dilation. Yeah, there are quite a few X-cost cards in Arcadian. That makes Night Watch pretty tempting. Let's go with Night Watch, I'm interested. Forever Flame would be good with Newtons, if we see them. Huh, interesting thought. That might be decent, yes. Non-boss enemy units get +4 attack for a unit draft, sure. I think this is just a nice tornado. Set up the Disciple on the top floor so we can potentially use Apple Elixirs or stuff like that. Let's hope we hit the right floor. We did. Nice. Oh, you also did the artwork yourself. Nice, good job. Some of the artwork is really good. Oh! The Disciple is animated now. I don't think that was the case before. The one butterfly on the top right looks still a bit off, but otherwise very nice. Uh-oh. If we apply gravity to both of them, then I assume the Disciple will trigger again. But that might not be good enough. The Train Steward will die in the first hit, then we'll have a 16-16 Disciple fighting chains. You know what? I'm gonna freeze these Apple Elixirs, so I guaranteed have one next turn. Then we'll pan on shift you up. Play an Apple Elixir, so you get the buff twice. Maybe I should have pan on shifted the Train Steward up as well. No, that wouldn't have worked out. And let's see how much we can do. We still have the Ice Tornado to finish the boss off. There we go. That worked. Whew. Let's see, we have Flash Fire, Pyre Boost. Deal 20 damage to enemy units. Pyre Boost, no tooltip on this card, but I think I've seen it before on another card. Pyre Boost means this card takes the Pyre damage value. So it will always deal the current Pyre attack as damage to all enemy units on the floor. Pretty strong, works quite well with some artifacts and other cards that enhances the Pyre. And it's just decent AoE. We have Power Ward. This is a ward that will apply to a room and permanently enhance that room with the effect apply +5 attack to friendly units relocated to this floor. And we have wax pinions, send a unit to the pyre. If we play this on one of our own minions, the minion will stop the floor on the top floor below the pyre. But we can play it on our own minions. I think I want to go with power ward or wax pinion here, because I feel like we do want to move our champion around a lot, and maybe even other units overstack the floor, so power ward would trigger more often as well. I think I'm gonna go with power ward here. Titan's Gratitude, Flash Freeze and Offering Token. What are the weaknesses of a build like this? We need some time to get Disciple going. Get these buffs applied. So early on we are probably pretty weak. We also need some way to solve defensive, because our units need to survive to get stronger. Titan's Gratitude seems like a good pickup here, because it provides some front-loaded damage, but it does require us to gain some upgrades pretty soon. We could potentially get that here. I wouldn't be opposed. Offering Token is another card I could consider, just because it opens up us taking more offering cards. But I think I want to go with Titan's Gratitude. I really like the spell now that it has attuned here. Chalice Collar, 2 cost, 10/5, 1 capacity, resolve, apply +15 health and +1 capacity. Whew. So this guy will grow pretty tanky, given they have enough time. But they start out pretty weak. A simple health upgrade could fix the problem of them starting out pretty weak. Will pretty soon take up all the capacity on the floor, but that's not such a big deal if we're mostly using Descent or other relocate abilities to move our units there. We also have Colcelia and Fortune Teller. A 210, 2 capacity, 1 cost. Relocate +20 gold. Fortune Teller seems nice. We do have a lot of things that would work with them, but their combat stats are quite low. I feel like we could benefit a lot from something like a Chalice Collar, if we upgrade it immediately especially. So let's go to the right and do that. What's available? Ooh. Solid Stone. Upgrade a unit to gain Impervious. Impervious cannot be attacked until the boss joins combat. So this unit basically has stealth as long as the boss is not on their floor. Oh, I do agree with that, Chronometrics. It's important to win Covenant 25 with the cutest units possible, and Fortune Teller is definitely a cute one. Let's see. Lodestone Totem? Nameless Siren. You know what? A Lodestone Totem with Impervious seems pretty busted. I'm interested in trying that out. Then again, a Nameless Siren seems like a good choice as well. Ooh. No, I think the Impervious unit will only lose the benefit once the boss is on their floor. Not once Relentless Combat starts anywhere on the train. But I might be wrong there. I think we have to see about that. Lodestone Totem. We do have quite a few spells, but oftentimes we're pretty limited on where to play these spells. Let's try this out. An impervious lodestone totem. And some health for our chalice collar. Now I really wish I had the Forever Flame, because my units are super expensive. And I have no X-cost spells yet. We can play the Disciple anywhere where they would survive. Uh-oh, that might be a problem. That might be a real problem. Do you want to place some spells on the top floor? 3 ideally, but that's not gonna happen. Maybe I'll play the Chalice Collar on the top and then Apple Elixir them down. That seems like a good idea. Do they trigger Resolve in every combat they fight? Probably should have killed the Collector with the... ...60 health now. They had 30 before. So they triggered Resolve twice? Three capacity. So they triggered Resolve twice. That's unexpected. I thought they would either trigger it once at the bottom floor or on every floor. That could very possibly be a bug. Taking some damage here. Can we send in more reinforcements? Maybe. Oh, that's nice. Didn't quite have the necessary damage. And the Titan's Gratitude is not yet upgraded. That at least means we won't take the 1 damage to that guy. Whew! Yeah, each flare... That's what I expected. But wouldn't we then have 3 resolve triggers on the jelly the turn it descended, instead of having just 2? Oh, another Power Ward, Wax Pinion and Apple Elixir. All of these make sense in this deck. Power Ward is going to be much stronger in the upcoming fights with more turns of combat. I'm going to take another one. I think now that we have the Lodestone Totem, we do want some cheap spells. Cleansing Water, 50 and Fool's Crown. The Fool's Crown is enemies enter with 5 loaded. Loaded, when killed, units drop gold. Lose a loaded every time they attack or end turn. Oh, nice. So every enemy we kill is worth up to 5 gold. That's a decent amount of gold generation. Or cleansing water. You know what? Let's go with the gold. Let's go with the new stuff. Ooh, this event. You know what? This is pretty simple. We have these very expensive ice tornadoes. There's a good chance they get to 0 cost from this event. Tell us with Soul Sucker. This is a decent setup turn. Think we do want to have the chalice color on the bottom floor. And then the only floor where I don't want Disciple to be on is this, so we play them here, and then, well, at least they buff themselves, so ooh, both power wards. But I can't manipulate floors this turn. Maybe I should play the Lodestone Totem. No, let's set up these power wards. They are gonna be important for our scaling. Let's see how this works out. Did get the resource trigger and then they got dazed. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. They were dazed. That's why they didn't get the resource trigger. The final one I expected to see. Okay. We're taking some damage here, but our bottom floor is growing stronger. Slowly. Maybe a bit too slowly. This is actually pretty decent, but will take quite a bit of extra damage this turn. We need more front-loaded damage. Ooh, this isn't enough, huh? Close. We might get there. We might still win this. There we go. Whew, that was close. Siren Song, Ice Empire, right timing, attuned. Deal 15 damage for each right timing in your deck. Reserve, add 2 copies of this card to your discard pile. That has some interesting synergy with our time freeze, but it's also pretty slow. It does have attuned, however. Oh, you know what? We really want plus 20 damage and consume on this thing. Maybe. Siren Song. Siren Song could be quite good. Could be very helpful to deal with these annoying first waves that we can't really deal with otherwise. Yeah, I think I have to go with that over right timing. Oh, Ancient Servant. 3 capacity, 2 cost, immobile, enchant, quick. So all the units on that floor will have quick. If we had a sweeper to make use of that, would be kind of nice. I might want the sweeper anyways though. I think I'll take the silo fight here. And 1 extra ember would be really nice to make the lodestone totem and stuff more useful. But I think we also need draw very much here. Let's go with draw. Unit upgrades, Arcadian unit or spell upgrades, some gold pyre health. Removals are also quite nice. I don't really need another Arcadian unit, but the units I still have might require some upgrades. Another impervious upgrade. There's another chalice color and there's also Herzal. 3-1 Arcadian. +1 ember per turn. Extinguish, gain 2 ember. Seems like the Arcadian tooltip has disappeared on us. Arcadian means that this unit will ascend after combat. Basically the same way the enemies do. And when they would reach the pyre floor, they instead die. I like it. Do want some higher stats on the silo fight. I think the extra health on the Herzal can be good, because sometimes this thing will end up on floors where it's undefended. Ooh, lodestone. Upgrade a unit to gain relocate, apply gravity 1. We definitely want to put that on our Herzal, I think. So relocate, gain gravity, apply gravity 1 means when the Herzal moves up with Arcadian, it will then gain gravity. So it will start moving back down. I still haven't quite figured out how the equilibrium between gravity and Arcadian works. But I guess we'll have to find out. Multi strike on the silo fight seems nice. Extra health on the chalice color perhaps? Sure. I think we want to cut at least 1 train stewards because we have quite a lot of units by now. And I also don't want to have that many foregone powers in my deck usually. Because they really hinder one another. Ooh, symbiote. Okay, we can get shifter 2. 10-10 becomes 20-20 and the step buff also doubles in power to +6/+6. Or we could gain symbiote, reduces the capacity and gains +5 attack for each capacity used on the floor, but it loses some attack. We do plan on overstacking the floor a bit, but not in a crazy amount. I think we still want to go with the shifter here. That just makes sense to me. Non-boss enemy units get +6 attack. Sure. Our chalice color can handle this, right? And there it is already. Let's play Disciple and Shift. Silo fight on the bottom floor. I would like to play the totem, but No, I do want to play the pattern shift and the gratitude. Maybe... Yeah, maybe it wasn't necessary. Pattern shift is just not the perfect tool for the job with that champion. I do want to get rid of these. I do want the apple elixir on here. And then let's play a Herzal, I think. Take some damage, but gain more amber from here on out. Well, as long as we can make them survive, that is. Power ward. Let's send you up. Nice, buff the Herzal some more. Now we have enough damage to take down this Clip Guardian. We could time freeze. Or we could just play these Train Stewards on the foregone power. I think it's only 5 damage from the Train Steward. Let's time freeze. Gives us more flexibility. That was pretty satisfying. I love the gravity sweep kind of effect, like the unit sweeping through the floors vertically instead of traditional sweep horizontally. Let's move you up again. Give you another apple elixir, that sounds quite nice. Can we... Well, let's see what happens. Okay. We do have the win here, so let's just play out this Weight of Contritions. Herzal again. There's also timestamp. Consume, sacrifice. Copy all upgrades, stat changes and statuses of the sacrifice into a new card. This is a really awesome card. But I feel like this is not the right deck for it. Although it could be pretty fun with the Chalice Scholar. But that just doesn't seem quite necessary. Yeah, timestamp seems pretty crazy. Like, you could do such busted things with it. Sadly, it was broken when I last played it. I couldn't play the stamp. Right. You could sacrifice enemies, but that was the only use because you couldn't use the generator card on your own units. Yeah. Then there's Pendulum. X cost consume. Increase all buff effects on friendly units and all debuff effects on enemy units by 2x. This card was one of the most broken ones in the runs I played a few days ago. And since it has been nerfed, it has now consume. I think it really needed that. But it seems like it would still be pretty busted with a Lodestone Totem. Especially with the Night Watch. Lodestone Totem plus Pendulum. Let's do it. Guardian Stone. Armor doesn't count as a buff for Pendulum, so that's not gonna work, but Daze does. Well, even when it used to work on enemies, the sacrifice, you couldn't use it on bosses. Frenzied Swarm. Too bad we can't play Frenzied Swarm and then Pendulum in the same turn. It just doesn't work because we discard our hand. Frenzied Swarm could still be fine. Probably not that great. Let's skip. Upgraded Ice Tornado. Add a copy to your discard pile. Yes, hold on to it. Make it 0 cost for me. That's gonna be great. Copying 0 costs Ice Tornadoes. Seems good. I think we do want some cost reductions now. And the Titan's Gratitude is still unupgraded. We have so many spell upgrades we want to do. Ooh, double stack. 6 gravity, that's actually not bad, but it doesn't seem that necessary. Siren Song also doesn't quite need it, I think. Oh, we have the Siren Song as well. That combos well with the Pendulum for flying bosses at least. We can also now cost reduce X cost cards to increase the effect. I kinda wanna cost reduce some of the pattern shifts, to be entirely honest. This also seems good. Just make that a giant nuke. Because we do intend on playing these pattern shifts a lot. And I think I'm gonna upgrade an Apple Elixir. Gravity is a really useful buff to us. Holdover. You can put Holdover on Pendulum. That shouldn't work with the Consume. Don't really plan on keeping this Ice Tornado around anyway, so let's not. Gravity means that the unit will descend at the end of the combat, will then participate in the next floor's combat, and if it still has gravity remaining, it will keep descending until it arrives on the bottom floor, or its gravity will run out. Enemies affected by gravity cannot ascend. That's pretty cool. Do we just... Fine. This is our flying boss killer. Holdover Siren Song. While it's our flying boss killer, it will also kill most everything else. Resolve will trigger on every floor. Strike will trigger on every floor. It's pretty nice. Also, I just realized we're up against Seraph the Chaste. I'm not sure the Siren Song game plan will work quite as well against that boss. Do we want any of these? Maybe the Broken Shards. The Weather at Cold Stones aren't actually terrible. No, I won't draw consistency. I don't want any of these. Now that we have the Holdover Siren Song, we shouldn't be taking much more damage at all. Heaven Seal? That makes things a bit more awkward. But I still think we are mostly gonna be fine. Silo Fight. Let's use the Morsal to block some damage. Disciple on the top floor and then apply some Frostbite. We do have the Chalice Collar, but we also have the Lodestone Totem. I think now that we have the Pendulum as well, the Lodestone Totem becomes more important. I really do think it's that way. But I feel like if we don't have the Chalice Collar around, our units might just get killed. We also need the Chalice Collar to grow. It's tough. Yeah, On the bottom floor, they will die. That's fine. And this enemy might reach the pyre floor. We can prevent that. I don't think it's time for Pendulum just yet. Set up a power ward. And apply some frostbite to you. I think it's time for some apple elixir. Time freeze and then Titan's gratitude. Let's lay that one at the top, move those to the pyre. We will take one hit from the Master of Light, sadly. Not much we can do to prevent that. See where you land up. Okay, that's where I wanted you as well. Very nice. We need a bit more power, but that's pretty easy to achieve. This should do the job. Can also Siren Song and then Frostbite you and Frostbite you as well. Ooh, Pyre Wall, nice. That helps. Shifter Ward. I love this card. One cost, consume places a ward that descends friendly units after combat. That works really well with our deck, I think. Revelation, consume. Look at the top 4 cards of your draw pile and choose one to copy into your hand. That's also very cool. Copy. So we could, for example, gain another copy of Double Stacked Apple Elixir or Lodestone Totem or Pendulum or Siren Song. Or in fact, if we leave them in the deck, maybe even our champion. Ember Wave, deal 5 damage for each Ember. Cost 0 is basically an X-cost spell, but it doesn't consume the Ember, which is pretty nice. I don't think that's for this deck. I think we really want the Shifter Ward. Preserve Frenzied Swarm Titan's Tooth. I would like a Titan's Tooth, yes. We do have a lot of this card. We can make good use out of it. And we get our Ice Tornado back, which is now 0 cost. And copies itself whenever we play it. That's very nice. We don't have that much gold, but enough to buy one relic. Not enough to reroll, however. Do we need unit upgrades at this point? Not really, our units are mostly fully upgraded. I would like the removals though. What can we spend our gold on here? Merchant of Magic, which is also on the same side as an Unstable Vortex. Yeah, I think we have to go for that. Let's see what's in here. Quick. Runestone, Strength Stone. Don't think we are interested in those too much. That Train Graveyard. 10 extra health and we can no longer heal. Well, we can't heal our units anyways. That's pretty tempting. Could also get another Heartstone for a Chalice Collar or something like that. But because we are on a couple of different floors and have a bunch of units fighting at the same time, I think the extra health on everyone is gonna be most valuable here. Let's remove another train steward and another forearm power. No, actually, it's time to get this expensive ice tornado out of the deck. I just can't afford to play it pretty much ever. I think I'm also gonna buy the first removal in the shop. Probably for 1 foregone power. That seems reasonable. I think 3 is a good amount to keep for now. Probably gonna purge the train stewards next. Because oftentimes having 1 foregone power in your hand is pretty good, but having more than 1 is really bad. So that's why I want to purge some, but not necessarily all of them. Let's apply some Daze to Fell, some Frostbite to the statue. I feel like I should take this opportunity to set up the Lodestone Totem. It's gonna be very valuable. We do need the Siren Song next turn to get rid of that top floor unit. We could apply 6 Dazed and 6 Spell Weakness to Fel here, which is honestly not bad. But I think I want to complete my setup so I have better ways to deal with these waves instead. Took 6 damage against our Pyre Wall, that's not too bad. There's our Herzal. You will go exactly enough health that you won't die before dealing damage to the Pyre Wall. But it's still the Pyre Wall, it's fine. We do have that one for a reason after all. And let's nuke the frontliner here and nice extra Frostbite. Yeah, I do want the extra days on Fel at the very least. Oh, that was the wrong ward. That should have gone here. Oops. But I think we should overall be mostly fine here. I don't really need to play this Apple Elixir right now, but I should. Get some more gravity on our champion. Hey, thank you for tuning in, Chronometrics. Glad to have you here and, well, good luck with your work. Let's try to send you to the top floor. Very nice. Let's try to send you to the top floor. Didn't work out. Was hoping we could apply some more Dazed with Siren Song. Okay, Fel already has some Dazed. We can also make her have some more Frostbite, some more Sap. I just cleared the spell weakness though, but you know, that's fine. We have a lot of gravity on you to increase. You also have... yeah, that's a pretty good pendulum, I think. 8 Dazed, Sap, Frostbite. Sap and Frostbite for you. That was pretty nice. We no longer needed that. Oh well. Oh, and also we get the energy back so we can still ascend our champion. Make use of those additional gravity stacks. Let's play an ice tornado. Let's play a pattern shift. Another spell for incant. Not that we need any. We are now crippling these enemies. Epoch Tome. Consume. Gain sweep. Reduce attack by half. I don't think we need that because we already have a pretty decent sweeper. Right timing again and timestamp again. Do we now have a good target to timestamp? We could get the Icy Xylophytes, sweep, multi-strike, and I don't think the strike ability will recop it, but I'm not sure. Move that to another unit, but sadly we don't really have a great unit, like one that has great stats or anything. So yeah, still doesn't seem all that powerful in this deck. I am inclined to skip here. Or do I want the right timing? I don't think I want the right timing here. No. Can you put it on your champion? Oh! Yes, that would have been a great idea. Yeah, I think that should work. I think we need the extra ember now. Setting up the lodestone totem has been pretty difficult so far. Oh, these apple elixirs also can get holdover even though they have consumed. Let's hold over this ice tornado. That sounds like a great idea. I think I want to cost reduce some more of these pattern shifts. I don't think I... Nah. No, that's actually quite good. Then reroll... Freestone. That won't make sense on the pendulum, but we have the time freeze for that shop, basically. You know what, maybe we should cost reduce the time freeze so we can more easily play it. No, let's cost reduce the panel shift. We already have the extra ember from the boss relic, so we should be able to usually play most of the stuff. I'll take the extra coin for some pyre heal. Pyre health. And the final champion upgrade. Ooh. Currently it's 20. Oh, no. That's just because of the petrified heart. 30 it will be without it. So it's 30-40 right now. And plus 10, plus 10. Ooh, that's a lot of stats. Let's go with that. Enemy units enter with armor 20? Sure. I don't think that's a big problem to us. Oh no! Now that I think about it... I would love to Xylophine, Chalice Collar and Time Freeze. But I think we have to play Time Freeze here to complete our setup next turn. Which means I can play Lodestone Totem. No, yeah, there is a reason to play the champion. There could be a collector on the top floor. Okay. Herzal, Silophyte, and then an Apple Elixir on you. And pass. Oof, our champion almost died from that. I forgot about that. Being a potential problem we could run into. Shifter ward seems good. Ah. All on the backline, oh really? Well, that means we can Titan's Gratitude that guy down. Siren's Song will prevent quite a bit of damage. Even better if we can apply some sap beforehand. It's not a whole lot of sap, but that at least means we won't take any damage beyond our pyre wall. I kinda wanna keep these cards in hand. Okay, that's good. That's the one I wanted to discard, so... Can we just... kill you? Yes. Send you up. The offering token, Titan's Tooth. Use that pattern shift. Okay. Means you will trigger the Shifter's Ward. You should end up on the bottom floor in the end anyways, because you have gravity. And we have the Shifter Ward on that floor. And then let's just nuke this frontliner. A power ward, very nice. That makes Herzal and the champion much better. Up and down and up and down. We no longer need the Siren Song. No reason to hold it over. There's another power ward. Let's send our champion again. We still have gravity left on them. Okay. Now that's a nice hand. We need some spells we can cast. Just spam ice tornadoes, huh? Zap 8, nice. Yeah, we demolished that guy. Very nice to see. Oh, another pendulum. Palm reading. Look at cards equal to twice your amber from the top of your draw pile and discard any of them. Also Pyromancy ward. Consume, harvest, apply +2 attack to your pyre. So we set up a ward that whenever a unit dies there, we will apply +2 attack to our pyre. This helps a lot with Siren Song being better, but I don't think it's gonna be all that important. Kinda like the idea of having a second pendulum, but I'm not sure if we can actually use it well in the boss fight. Palm reading could be quite nice, finding our wards early. I think that's something I'm interested in. Ice Storm, Deep Offering, Guardian's Amulet. Where are we going next? Removal and Steal or Hellvent and Merchant of Magic? Probably Hellvent and Merchant of Magic. But I don't think we need an Ice Storm, or that it helps us much. I'm gonna go with Deep Offering. That can be very strong in the late game when we have a ton of Ice Tornadoes in the deck. see what we have here. Magic power, not so important. Permafrost, I don't think we need that. Vaporfall is nice, but also not really important. Sigilled Seaweed. We are up against Seraph the Chaste, and that fight has Pyre Wings, the sweep Ember Drain ones. We can negate their Ember Drain ability with that. And oftentimes, well, oftentimes we can sap them down, but not always. I think Sigilled Seaweed is actually worth here. Hell's Banners as well, because it helps a lot with setup. Lightstone Casing would be nice if we had enough gold left to actually make use of these upgrades. I really feel like we gain the most benefits by upgrading Pendulum here, with 2 cost reductions. Yeah. Consume removal on a ward would be kind of interesting. Not really that necessary though. I think we're okay. Let's buy another Purge. One more Foregone Power, because they're really bad with when our whole hand is frozen. We just want another Ice Tornado. It's not that good. It's pretty good. Okay, let's try. Let's see if this deck can beat Covenant 25 Seraph. With their 4000 health. Well, we do have Chalice Color. I think we want to try to pattern shift. Well, at least we buffed the champion a bit. Has to be Lodestone. Lodestone could in theory just be in front, right? We could also time freeze, honestly. And then play Lodestone next turn. Because the Apple Elixir is really important this turn, and I kinda also want the wards. We can only afford 1 ward this turn though. I think this is the correct path. Alright, I'm Ember Drained this turn. Well, that sucks. Feel like we need to play this Shifter ward. Nice. We can play the Xylophyte and the Centaur. The Chalice Color dies. Well, that's no fun. I was really hoping we could get the Disciple on the 2nd floor. Maybe we can save our Chalice Color here. Nope. Okay, this is gonna be rough without a Chalice Color. At least we can finally play the Lodestone Totem. On this floor, yes. Do not want to deal with you. Nah, that was really not what I wanted to discard here, but... Let's start with Palm Reading. We only have 4 cards in the deck though. Let's play it anyways. Does offering trigger if I discard them with... Nope, it doesn't. Good to know. I do like the other cards though. That means I'm probably gonna play Deep Offering this turn. $10 damage against the Pyre Wall. That's fine. And Deep Offering. Place the Power Ward here. Shift again. Sky will descend. Feel like I kinda wanna shift again. Just to trigger the Incant. We will gain 10 extra health on the silo fight. As long as we don't shift the champion again. Shifting an enemy can mean quite a bit of damage. The problem is if I shift something to the top floor, that's bad for us. I think the safest play here is actually to shift an enemy. That's okay. That doesn't matter much. Can now deal with these pretty efficiently. Pellon shift you away. Pellon shift you back down. I think I want to keep the Siren Song around. Pellon shift you up. Uh-oh. No way to bring the champion down to our bottom floor. We have too many holdover ice tornadoes at this point. Oh no. Well, we will have quite a bunch of spell weaknesses thereof. But yeah. I don't think at this point there's a better way to win than just throwing ice tornadoes at the boss. It's the best we can do, right? Which is nowhere near good enough. Yeah, I should have been... Oh, wait. Let's use this for once. Yeah, pretty nice function. Glad to have it. We need to keep this chalice color safer. I think we want to set them up on the top floor. So we can grow them there. Then descend everyone. Maybe I should do this on the second floor. That means gravity is gonna be a problem. Yeah. Gravity is gonna be a problem, isn't it? Don't have to use it. No, I kinda do. Yeah, it's kind of important. But is this the right time to do it? Probably okay to send the Jelly Scholar down. Nope! Right, they fight on each floor, they take a ton of damage. Oh, this is... This is puzzly. So maybe the Jelly Scholar should be on the second floor instead? So we can still grow them somewhat. That's one of the weaknesses of a build like that. You can't really set up on the higher floors and make use of Seraph's Relentless Phase. Well, you can, but it's harder. Maybe that's really what I should do though. Try to make use of the second floor instead. And maybe then not use gravity as much. That's what I'm gonna try here. We do need some ice tornadoes to go off. Let's set those up on the top floor and then pattern shift you down. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the apple elixir is now quite dangerous to use. Okay, that's good. We get the kill on this Pyre Wings. Don't want to play too many ice tornadoes right now. Although, with the lodestone totem up, I think we can. This is a good floor for you to be on. Wouldn't be too tragic if you went down to the bottom floor. And it would be great. Well, it is great that you went to the top floor. That's actually something I kinda wanna play next turn. Apply these power wards. Can apply more sap this turn, but it slows down my draw. What am I looking for? Time freeze kinda. And then pendulum again. Just one ice tornado there, so everything dies. There is our time freeze. We definitely play it. Let's move our champion around a bit. This is still more sap and damage, still very much appreciated. Let's do a palm reading. discard d6. Wanna play some spells. Let's start with a Pattern Shift. And 2 Ice Tornadoes. No. I'm gonna draw these cards next turn anyways. My deck has so many Ice Tornadoes drain, it's gonna be hard to find a Pendulum. I don't wanna play anymore. Well, we can't risk having Disciple end up on the bottom floor. That would be disastrous. Oh, so yeah, now the Impervious did end. So it is actually working like that once the boss enters the train. Yeah, I can't really play Pattern Shift here, huh? It's not quite true. Can Pattern Shift you, for example. Play 1 Ice Tornado here. We do want to have a lot of Ice Tornadoes next turn, right? Pendulum would still be better. Okay, this is it. Pattern Shift is very nice. We can Apple Elixir. We already have the kill. But we can even Apple Elixir, Pattern Shift, and then just play all these Ice Tornadoes. Yeah, that worked much better. Gave us a bit more time to set up. And that was really helpful. I was a bit worried that our champion was gonna die on the bottom floor, but they gained so many stats from shifting around that much that that wasn't really an issue. Whew! Nice. That was a good run. So, our first Covenant 25 win with the Arcadian Clan. I do really like the idea of these wards. The Arcadian victory flags don't work yet. It's a bit of a shame, but well, I will be looking forward to when they will work. Let's go to the run summary. So we had a champion that really heavily relied on shifting around in the train. We had these Apple Elixirs to help him do that, as well as the base card Pattern Shift, as well as the Shifter ward. There was a really nice core. We had some sap interaction with the Lodestone Totem and Pendulum. Pendulum could also work on the Frostbite from Titan's Tooth and on the Dazed from Siren Song, as well as Gravity from the Apple Elixir. Pendulum seems much more reasonable with Consume. It felt really quite broken without it. Of course you can still Consume remove it, but that's also a big hit in power still. You lose an enchantment slot, some gold, and 1 Ember worth of effect. The Night Watch wasn't really a big deal because Pendulum was the only X cost we picked up. Fool's Crown, I'm sure, gave us a lot of gold over the run. Petrified Heart was nice to ensure we have a bit more survivability. Hell's Banners helped us with the setup. I don't think Sigil Seaweed triggered on these Pyre Wings very often, but it would have been nice if it did. We also had this Ice Tornado, which was basically mostly in the deck in the end to enable the Lodestone Totem incount triggers a bit more easily. And just help with damage. Yeah, that was a reasonable and very fun deck.